Sometimes it's hard to know which way you're supposed to go, but deep inside, you know you're strong. If you follow your heart, you can't be wrong. Sometimes it's hard to see just what's your destiny, but when you find the path that's true, you'll know that's the one for you. Stand up for what is right, be brave, you're ready to fight, hold on, we're friends for life, and if we come together as one, complete the quest that we've begun, we will win the battle. Time is now, the game's begun. Together we will fight as one. Each of us, in our own way, can make this world a better place. Stand up for what is right, be brave, get ready to fight, hold on, we're friends for life, and if we come together as one, complete the quest that we've begun, we will win the battle. Just when it seems that you are lost and all alone, you will find the courage and the strength to carry on. And if you fall along the way, have the faith you'll be okay, 'cause your friends are there for you, reaching out to pull you through. Stand up for what is right, be brave, get ready to fight, hold on, we're friends for life, and if we come together as one, complete the quest that we've begun, we will win the
Start of game activation is live and ready. set.
Cookie, that first breathalyzer was inconclusive. You're gonna have to take another one.
Okay, listen to me. I'm gonna need a jug of beet juice, some WD-40, and a bag of peat.
If we could clear all of the children from the set, we're about ready to start. Clear all the children.
Some of us have watched it. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have not all watched
That's fine.
it.
I understand Jeffrey died.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but in the hallway there's a dog running on two legs, and he's running down the hallway. So if everyone could just get under their desks, we'll be fine.
Hey, Jerry, doing a little yard work?
Oh, yeah. Just got some new garden gnomes.
New garden? Oh, my. Look at the size of that garden gnome's.
Oh, I see you noticed my gnome's giant package. I should have mentioned, these aren't regular garden gnomes. They're well-endowed garden gnomes from Gnome My. I bought the whole set. There's Python Petey, Busty Barbara, and my personal favorite, Giant Balls McGillicuddy. So, what do you think, Raj?
I can't look away.
Hey, boys, what you talking about?
Sarah, don't come over here.
Hi, Daddy. Oh, look, garden gnome.
Kids, get in the house.
Gnome My well-endowed garden gnomes, from the people who brought you lawn globes with nipples.
Are you moving? Do you need some strong guys to help you move? Are you emotionally cold or in need of a psychological breakthrough? Then call 3 strong guys.
We're set.
Attention, the new management has announced their thought for the day. Today's thought for the day from the new management is teamwork. Teamwork or you're fired. Thank you.
Make up the set, please.
Butta gutta butta gutta butta gutta butta gutta gutta butta gutta butta gutta butta gutta butta. Okay, I'm ready.
And let's have salad bar noise now.
Anton Jones was the greatest detective in the world.
I noticed a gray speck on your jacket, which could only have come from a quarry upstate. Gentlemen, the murderer is the mayor.
But after a terrible accident...
I'm afraid his body won't make it, but we can save his brainwaves.
The greatest mind in the world now resides in a pocket calculator.
Where am I?
Okay, we are on.
Has anyone seen Nate Shapiro? He hasn't come into the office in like 15 years.
I just showered, but I still smell kind of funky.
We are on.
Okay, Cookie, we think we have the scorpion problem under control.
Finally, I can put my shoes back on. Oh my God!
Well, that's the thing. There was gluten in all of the donuts I brought in this morning. So if she's so allergic to it, why isn't she dead now?
Marcus to set. Marcus, you are 17 minutes late for your call. Marcus to set.
Does anyone hear like a throbbing? That's the best way I can describe it. Just like a throbbing sound.
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. So let me guess. You drive, you get shotgun, and you sitting back in the toddler seat. Handle those screws carefully. If you think an opponent doesn't know the answer, hit your screw button, and you'll force them to answer immediately. If they miss it, you win big. And the wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Pick the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to win a fabulous prize and big cash. Okay then, why wait any longer?
Get ready, time for question 1.
Right off the bat, bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or 100%? Player 1. Player 2. What are you implying exactly? Player 3. Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it. Next up, his acting is alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages, the McCona Industrial Age, the McCona Middle Ages, or the McCona Enlightenment Age? Player 2, do something! Player 1. Player 3. The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Let's try. Brought to you by the letter U-nibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count, Bert. Player 2, watch that clock. Player 2. Players 1 and 3. The Count would be so disappointed. Were you thinking of this one? Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! And yet, none of them have ever blinked. Why not try Duck, Duck, Swan? Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette? Time's a-wasting. Player 3, cue the swan song. Players 1 and 2, Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college.
5 fingers!
How about the man in the backwards yellow hat? And it's a dis or dat. Player 1, your score is hurting. Play this dis or dat and try and help it out. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one, you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the Y button. If it's Curious George, press the A button. Now, the rest of you need to hear this. Lock in your answers before player 1, because if player 1 gets it wrong, everyone who got it right will split the cash. We good? Here we go. Peed in a mop bucket. Broke his leg falling from a fire escape. Arrested for falsely reporting a fire. Ew, baby, 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 ew. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber. That about does it for round 1. And player 3 is in the lead for the time being. Keep in mind, in round 2, everything is worth twice as much. And remember, big cash prizes can be yours if you find the wrong answer to the game. All right, you ready? Too bad. Here's one for you. Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Player 1, watch the clock. Player 1. Player 2. Now that's just the dumberest answer I ever heard. Player 3. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
This one's called Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go. At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. Time's almost up. Players 1, 2, and 3. You may not know how temperatures work. Ready for this? 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah, 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 he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
May I introduce Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? Watch your time. Player 3. Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born, probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Player 2. Player 1. That answer has a hole in it. I call this one wine or lose. If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Watch the clock. Player 3? Nuh-uh. Player 1. Allow me. Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Open wide for I Wanna Lick and Roll All Night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Player 2, watch the time. Player 3.
Uh-oh.
Players 1 and 2. An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Step right up to the Jack Attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press your A button. 2,000 if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And of course, remember the clue. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck. Player 3 wins it all! Let me tell you, Player 3, you made Players 1 and 2 look like complete idiots in that game. Unfortunately for you, there's a lot of that going around.
You don't know Jack!
Ice cold beer taste, no good. This is Glug Lightsville.
Glug Lightsville is the only light beer that tastes like beer without as many calories as beer.
Sit-ups and lifting rocks, punching cops right in the teeth.
When Glug Lightsville bottles are empty, no beer comes out, so you... Hey!
Hi there. Thank you for playing Drawful. So everyone's going to get to draw twice, which should work perfectly since there's only 4 of you playing. Let's play. Okay, I'm sending a title to each of your devices. Something unusual, like Doctor Who or Squirrel Watch. Draw a picture on your device that would have that title, and when you're done, hit send, and you'll get points for each player that can correctly guess your title. So, get to drawing. Oh no, we lost all your drawings. Nah, I'm just kidding. I got them all. Now, use your device to type in what you think the title for this picture could have been. Or better yet, something you think could trick the other players into thinking it's the title. You'll get points for every player that picks your answer. All right, here are your choices. Now pick the title you think really inspired this drawing.
Hey!
All right, who picked what? I'm not sure how to feel about all of you. Let's take a look at our next piece of art. Put in your titles now.
Hey!
40. 35. 30.
And here are your choices. Here's everybody's picks.
Hey!
I don't know what to say about that one, so I won't say anything. Type in a convincing title now. Okay, here are your choices. Pick something. And here are your picks. I like this group of players. I don't know why. I just do. Enter your titles now. Here are your choices. Pick something.
5.
What did everybody pick? Well, I thought it was obvious. I guess I was the only one. Everybody gets to draw again. The title should be on your devices now.
Hey!
Okay, you have two. I bet some of you are a little nervous because we are about to look at all your weird drawings. Okay, let's do this again.
Hey!
35. 30. 25.
Okay, here are your choices.
25. 20. 15.
Pick something.
Hey!
Here's everybody's picks. All right, well, we're done with that now. Enter anything that could almost make sense now.
55. 50. 45. 40. 35. 30. 25.
Hey!
20.
And here are your choices.
25. 20. 15. 10.
Pick something.
5.
And here are your picks. Oof, everyone got that one wrong. And now this. Okay, here are your choices. Pick something. All right, who picked what? I'm just glad that we all got to share this moment. Type in your titles now. Here are your choices.
Hey!
15.
Pick something.
5.
What did everybody pick? Okay, so that happened.
Hey!
Another game of Drawful? Don't mind if I do. Let's skip all the instructions and get right to those titles that I've already sent to your devices.
Hey!
All right, all your pictures are in. Oh man, I can't wait for you to see them. Enter anything that could almost make sense now.
Ah! 50. 45. 40. 35. 30. 25. 20.
Okay, here are your choices.
Ah! 20. 15.
And here are your picks.
Ah! Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
I don't think we could make a game without putting the word Uranus in there somewhere. Now let's take a look at this one.
Ah! 40. 35.
And here are your choices.
25. Ah! 20. 15. 10.
Pick something.
Hey!
Here's everybody's picks.
Ah! Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
Everybody messed up. Walk it off. Walk it off.
Cha-ching.
Next up.
Hey!
Ah! 30. 25. 20.
Here are your choices.
25. Ah! 20. 15. 10.
Pick something.
5.
5. All right, who picked what?
Hey!
Cha-ching.
Nothing says love like quotation marks. Type in a convincing title now.
Hey!
Okay, here are your choices.
Hey!
What did everybody pick?
Hey!
You're a weird bunch of players. Okay, get ready to draw again. The new titles should be on your devices now.
Hey!
Hey, if you don't hit send in the next 30 seconds, no one will ever see your picture.
Ding, 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 ding. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay, all your pictures are in. Let's take a look. And now, this thing.
Ah! 50. 45. 40. 35. 30.
Here are your choices.
25. Ah! 20. 15. 10.
Pick something.
5.
And here are your picks.
Cha-ching. 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 Cha-ching.
I hope no one took this one personally.
Cha-ching.
Okay, our next drawing.
Hey!
And here are your choices.
Hey!
What did everybody pick?
Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
I'm learning so much about your weird, weird minds.
Cha-ching.
And our next weird doodle. Here are your choices. Pick something. All right, who picked what?
Cha-ching.
And we are done with this one.
Cha-ching.
Enter your titles now.
Hey!
Okay, here are your choices. Pick something. Here's everybody's picks.
Cha-ching. Ta-da! Cha-ching.
I'm not looking, but I really, really hope you drew something respectful.
Hey!
Achoo!
Hola, and welcome to Lie Swatter, the massive true or false trivia game. We can accommodate a huge number of players in a game, so find as many people to play as possible. All right then, before we get started, don't forget, new players can go to this website and enter this room code to join the game at any time. Let's begin. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from these fact categories. Vietnamese money is called dong. Use your device to pick whether you think the fact is true or a lie. The House of Parliament must make a blood sacrifice to the British Crown once a year. Pope John Paul II required all Vatican City gargoyles to smile. Darwin's Origin of Species was released in Iowa under the title A Pack of Lies. Ketchup and mustard mixed together is officially known as ketchtard. Quaker Oats was the first food eaten on the moon in 1969. As an experiment, Quaker Oats fed radioactive oatmeal to children in the 40s. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1. Here are your new fact categories. Porcupines eat hemlock. According to TV Guide, the Pope's favorite TV show is Bones. Google's headquarters is built on top of an old Indian burial ground. The first toothbrush bristles were made out of pigs' necks. Mozart is on a priority list of people to be cloned by the European Union. Afghanistan's national sport involves carrying a headless goat carcass. A man unjustly sentenced to death died by electrocution 5 years after being pardoned. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is World Leaders. Which of these facts about world leaders are true and which are lies? Tony Blair got his hair braided on a trip to the Caribbean. Saddam Hussein published a romance novel. Mikhail Gorbachev was briefly a spokesperson for Pizza Hut. Yasser Arafat wrote a fan letter to the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants. Winston Churchill wore a hat in the shower. Prince Charles speaks Klingon. Fidel Castro lost 60 pounds after joining Weight Watchers. Let's see the final scores. It's time for another game of Lie Swatter. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from these fact categories.